Bad Hops Baseball. Smash that like button. Welcome to Jerk Routes. I got to tell you, I got some questions today about this Shohei Ohtani thing. Complaint was filed today that made some allegations and mentioned some numbers that are just staggering. So according to the complaint, this is a criminal complaint being filed against Ohtani's former interpreter, Ippei. And the accusation is that from December 2001 to January 2024, so total of 25 months, that Ippei placed 19,000 bets. 19,000 bets in 25 months. The complaint says that Ippei lost bets totaling $182,935,206.68. $182,935,206.68. The complaint alleges that Ippei won $142,256,769.74. Again, that's $142,256,769.74 in bets won, with a total net loss of $40,678,436.94. So my questions are manifold. 26 bets a day for 25 months. 26 bets every day for 25 months. For a guy that had access, apparently, to Shohei Ohtani's bank accounts and was able to establish accounts where he could store money. The original story that we were told was recanted very quickly, and then we had a narrative that $4 million had been stolen from Ohtani. These numbers look like 10 times that number had been stolen from Ohtani. And at any given time, hundreds of millions of dollars were changing hands. Where it went, I don't know. Today I heard the accusation is that he stole $16 million from Ohtani, but that leaves $24 million unaccounted for. There's other questions that have nothing to do with the money. Questions like, this guy was in the locker room, he had access to players, he was in the locker room at the All-Star game, he had access to players. Is anybody else involved? How could this have happened with the Angels and with the Dodgers? Nobody realizes what's going on in this locker room while this guy's making 26 different bets a day. Today he was charged with wire fraud. I'm sorry, not wire fraud. He was charged with one count of bank fraud today. One count of bank fraud. You could serve as much as 30 years in federal prison for the bank fraud. Other questions that I have that I don't think are going to get answered anytime soon would include, how could this much money be moving around and Ohtani not know about it? How could a guy move this much money without the IRS being flagged? I mean, if you make a deposit of $10,000 or more, the bank is required to tell the IRS. If you make a withdrawal of $10,000 or more, the bank is required to tell the IRS. If you buy a house and you move money from an account and it's more than $10,000, the IRS knows about it. So, 25 months have gone by, December 2021 to January 2024. Further, Ohtani's relationship with this guy goes back much farther than that. They had a relationship in Japan, and then he came with him in 2017 when he joined the Angels. So this is a fairly short amount of time. What was happening during the rest of that time? Are we to believe that this guy who makes 26 bets a day, 6,000 bets a year, wasn't betting on sports until he got here? And then once he got here, he waited 4 years to do it? I mean, there's a lot of questions to be answered. I'm not satisfied with any of the answers right now. I'm not saying that Ohtani was involved. I just don't see how he wouldn't have been involved, wouldn't have had some knowledge of this. I don't understand how the Angels could have had this happening and they're not involved. I don't understand how the Dodgers wouldn't know, although he was only with the Dodgers for the last few months, so maybe they really. Anyway, those are some of the questions that I have today. Remarkable day, remarkable amount of evidence, I guess not evidence, a remarkable amount of data came out today, at least alleged data. And I think there's a lot more to this than we know. Bad Hops Baseball. Smash that like button.